What up gamers, I'm Jason, and today on Dice & Dragons I'm going to be unboxing the latest expansion for Marvel Champions the card game by Fantasy Flight Games. This is the Galaxy's Most Wanted, which starts introducing the Guardians of the Galaxy into the game. Now in this box you're going to be getting 2 new heroes and 4 villains. Well, 5 if you consider the 2 versions of the Collector. You're going to be getting Rocket Raccoon and Groot. You have, for the villains, as I mentioned, the Collector. There's also Drang, Nebula, and the big bad, Ronan the Accuser. Now this expansion was designed by Aaron Haltom, Michael Boggs, and Caleb Grace. Now what will you be doing in the Galaxy's Most Wanted? Well, you may either play any of the 5 scenarios as a one-off scenario, or you can go on an interconnected campaign, get some upgrades, and play through each story in order until you successfully defeat the campaign. Now this game is, this expansion, like the base game itself, is cooperative. It is for 1 to 4 players and plays in anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes, but depending on the player count, it can take a lot longer than that. We've seen 4-player games get closer to the 2 to 3 hour mark. So I've described what you're going to be doing in the game, what villains are being added to the game. I'm really excited. Let's take a look at what's in the box. Now let's take a look at what's in the box for Marvel Champions, the card game, the Galaxy's Most Wanted. Julie and I have eagerly been awaiting this expansion. Let's take a look at the rulebook. We'll move this out of the way. We don't need it right now. So taking a look at the rulebook, we've got the explanation for Galaxy's Most Wanted, the villain cards, list of the component cards, some important keywords, new rules describing the victory display, the amplify icon, and then the new mode of play, which will explain how to do the campaign log, how to set up the expert campaign. Now, if you've played Rise of the Red Skull, this does seem very similar at a glance. And of course, we get some cool story that goes with the campaign. Don't worry, no spoilers, just wanted to show off some of the artwork. Now let's see what we've got. We've got 3 packs of cards here. Not sure which one I should start with first. Can we see any hero cards? Oh, well, there's 4 packs of cards. Well, looks like here we have Rocket and Groot. So we'll take a look at those. Now, I'm not going to go into detail on the cards. We'll definitely talk about each of the characters themselves, their ability. We can see that their affiliation is Guardians from their hero card, and this pack is just a little obnoxious to get open. It's loose, but I don't have any nails really right now, making it a little bit more difficult to get open. All right, so we'll get the card pack open. That card was dinged for some reason. So let's take a look at Rocket. So as you can see, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 1 defense. Murdered you. Response after you deal excess damage to an enemy. You get to draw a card. That definitely sounds like Rocket. And then Rocket Raccoon, the alter ego. Tinkering action, choose and discard a tech upgrade you control and draw 2 cards. I've got a plan. So, hero responds after you make a basic thwart using your thwart. Ready Rocket Raccoon and get +1 thwart. So it seems like he's going to be doing a lot of thwarting. He can reload. And I love that that is definitely inspired from the Guardians of the Galaxy film. Schadenfreude hero action until the end of the turn. You heal 2 damage from Rocket Raccoon each time you deal any amount of damage to an enemy. Pretty cool. Salvage, which gives you a tech and a wild. Battery pack. And just play with 2 charge counters. You can exhaust it to move a charge counter from this card to another tech you control. And then you've got different tech upgrades and weapons that you're going to need those charges for. Like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on this. We have Ally as Bug. We've got an aggression deck, which makes sense. Into the Fray deals 6 damage to a minion for each point of excess damage dealt by this attack. Remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Very cool. Looking for trouble. It's a thwart card, relentless attack. Deal 5 damage to a minion. If you paid for this card using a punch resource, this attack gains overkill. Excess damage from this attack is dealt to the villain. Very cool. Follow through. Hand cannon. So he's got a new tech weapon. We've got Groot as an ally. Flora and Fauna, so we got a team up card. Place 2 growth counters on Groot to up to a maximum of 10 and ready him, or place 2 charge counters on Rocket Raccoon and ready him. some of the standard stuff from the game, just the double resource cards. We've got upgrades, booster boots, then the Obligation Crisis on Half-World, Vendetta, and we've got Blackjack O'Hare as our nemesis. Lots of cool stuff in this deck. Really looking forward to playing as Rocket. Kind of get the feeling I'm going to start as Rocket. Julie will probably start as Groot, and then we'll go from there. Usually we switch back and forth during the campaign, and then we figure out which one each of us likes the best, and then we keep going. So Groot, Flora, Colossus, Forced Interrupt. When Groot would take any amount of damage, remove that many growth counters from him. For each growth counter removed, this way prevent 1 damage. Very cool. And his Alter Ego action, place 2 growth counters on Groot. Very cool. So different things to place growth counters. So he's definitely your big tank that can take a lot of damage. So remove threat from a scheme equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. Very cool. I am Groot. Deal damage equal to how many growth counters. So those are going to be a real big part of your deck. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats the enemy, you get to place a growth counter. We are Groot, so remove up to 4 growth counters and give that many characters tough status card. Very cool. Fertile Ground. So this is an alter ego action to just get more growth counters. Entangling Vines, Lashing Vines, Vine Shield, which is an interrupt. Vine Spikes. We can get Starhawk as an ally. Some cool defense cards. So when your hero defends against an attack, you get +2 for that attack. And if you get take no damage, you get to ready your hero. Fighting Fit, which is an attack, deal 2 damage to the villain. 5 damage. Instead, if your hero's remaining hit points are equal to or greater than your starting hit points. Very cool. Power Protection. Dauntless. When your hero's remaining hit points are equal to or greater than your hero's starting hit points, you can retaliate. Very cool. If your hero defends against an attack and takes no damage, exhaust hard to ignore to remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Really cool stuff. You get Rocky Raccoon as an ally. Once again, Flora and Fauna. Those boost cards. Depth Focus. So you may exhaust Depth Focus to reduce the resource cost of your next superpower card. Very cool. So Obligation Wilt, Blazing Inferno, and Fernax is your enemy. Now, we've taken a look at the heroes. Let's go into the villains. We're already about 6 minutes here. I want to try to keep this unboxing with the intro and outro to around the 15-minute mark. I'll try to speed up opening these packs, but it's not always easy. But we're going to take a quicker look at these villain cards. So here we've got Menagerie Medley. So I'm going to put these aside because these are clearly from another deck. So take a look. We've got the Space Pirates deck. Pretty cool stuff. Pirate Commander, just general Space Pirates. Honor Among Thieves. We got a support ship, the Milano. Rogue Vessel Environment, so that's Ship Command. Pretty cool stuff. So Cannonade, Side Schemes, Blindside, Hull Breach, Power Siphon, Special Delivery, Power Stone. Here we've got some campaign market cards, so different upgrades that we can get in the game. So here, Brainstorm, name a card type, then look for the top card of your deck. If that is the card, then you get to remove 3 threat from the main scheme, and that card goes to the bottom of your deck. So pretty cool upgrades you can get. Calculate the odds, unit cost 2. Draw 1 card and choose a player. That player may draw 1 card, then choose and discard 1 card from their hand. So these are all the different campaign upgrades. We're not going to go through all of them. We'd be here for a while. Close Call, when a boost card is turned face up, cancel the card's boost. Love all of the variety that we have. As you can see, there's 28 different campaign market cards, and not quite sure how those are going to come into play. We've got a side scheme from the campaign Badoon Blitz, so standard challenge. Gallery of Splendor, there's no escape. So these are all campaign related stuff. The Badoon headquarters, and not quite sure how they're coming to play yet, as we have not read this rulebook. Well, we already saw the bottom part of the Menagerie of Medley. So we've got 2 more packs of villains to take a quick look at. I'm just going to open up this pack off camera. Leaning over is not as easy as it used to be when it comes to getting everything on camera. So here we've got Drang, So after Drang scheme resolved, Badoom's ships charge up. Then in level 2, if Drang spear is in play, give Drang 1 face down boost card. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a spear and reveal it. Then shuffle the encounter deck. So we'll have to see what that does. So force responds after Drang scheme resolves the Badoon ship charge up ability. Got to think that's something to do with the spear. So terrestrial invasion, protect the planet, the Badoon ship. There's his spear. We've got different Badoon engineers. We've got a side scheme of blockade, bombardment. We got then the collector. So this is his deck. So we got the collector here. So when a card, player or encounter would be placed into a discard pile from play, put it face up into the collection instead. So that's interesting. In player order, each player must choose to either put the top card of their deck face up into the collection or take 3 damage. When a card would be, and then it's got that same forced interrupt. So he's got his scheme. Monarch Starstalker is his ally. Inconspicuous Box. View the Cosmos. Stay a while. Caught off guard. Oof, that's never any fun. And then 2 other A1 and B1 collector cards. Not quite sure what these are. We got some more main schemes. Firemen, treasuries. It's going to be interesting to see how this all works. And of course, we got Nebula. We saw her on the box. So the first technique attachment revealed each round gains Surge. When Nebula initiates an activation against you, resolve the special ability on each technique in place. So you're going to want to get rid of those. So we've got all of her schemes. She's got a ship. Cutthroat Ambition is her technique. Evasive maneuvering. So lots of different techniques. And we'll definitely want to make sure that we get rid of those. And then she's got a whole slew of side schemes to make her even nastier. So there we have the main villains. And I'm guessing that the rest of what we're looking for that other set there is going to be here. It looks like we have some more cards for Nebula. And I'm getting this done. Here we go. The pack is opening up. So we do have the rest of Nebula's Treachery cards. So let's just put those with Nebula right away. Save myself a little bit of organization. And then, of course, we got Ronan the Accuser, who has toughness. So when Ronan the Accuser activates against you, give him 1 additional boost card if you control the Power Stone. So when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for cut the power side scheme and reveal it. Then he's got that same ability. And then, of course, we've got his expert ability. Here we've got his schemes. He's got the universal weapon, fanaticism, which gives surge. That's never any fun. A few side schemes, pincer maneuver, single-minded fury, physiology. You stand accused. So it gives him boosts in the alter ego or hero form. That's never fun. Then we've got just the different sets. So we've got the Band of Badoon. So we got the Badoon Assassin, Badoon Grunt, Badoon Lieutenant. So a lot of the smaller minions are going to be coming from these decks. We've got Galactic Artifacts that got to go with the Collector. So hero action, place 2 threat on the main scheme and spend 2 resources of the same type to discard this card. Well, that's never fun. Thought we could get some of these artifacts, but it looks like they'll just be helping out the Collector, and some of them are even side schemes with negative effects, as you can see. We've got Kree Militants, Kree Commandos, Kree Lieutenants, so a lot of the Kree Privates. And the Menagerie of Medley, Psionic Ghosts, the Servant Bots, and then the rest of the Menagerie are there. Let's actually split that up right now, just to make my life a little easier. So there you have it. We've taken a look at all of the components in the Galaxy's Most Wanted, the latest expansion for Marvel Champions card game. Hope you enjoyed that. Now keep it right here, as I'll be coming back at you with a quick outro. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you like what you saw, don't forget to click the like button, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when our next video is released. Also, down below in the video description, you'll find links to all of our social media feeds: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, So if you'd like to see pictures of Julie and I playing the Galaxy's Most Wanted or just Marvel Champions, take a look at those feeds. Also, if you're looking to get a copy of the game, take a look at the discount code that we've got down there for multizone.ca. You're going to get 10% off your next purchase at Multizone, and it's a great way to support the channel because a portion of your purchase gets returned to us. And now popping up in front of me are going to be links to some of our previously released videos. Over here is our most recent release, and over here is going to take you back to our review of the Red Skull, well, Rise of the Red Skull, the first campaign expansion for Marvel Champions. With that being said, don't forget, keep playing games.